Hello, partner. Come on in. Set a spell with us. Pull up there, tie off, and welcome to the Radio Ranch Cast. My name is Scott Chase from KZ106. I have spent a good bit of time at our Radio Ranch at 821 Pineville Road. We share some of the memories of things that we can talk about that we've done over the years, and then some things that are happening right now, some things in the future that might go on. Kelly McCoy has been right through since the very beginning with me, thick and thin. Kelly, how you doing?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good. We're going to talk about some really important stuff this afternoon and some fun things too, because our guest on the Radio Ranch Cast today, you and I go way back. And it's Clay Ingle. Clay Ingle, of course, a retired firefighter and part of the management team with the Forgotten Child Fund and a good friend of ours for a long time. How are you, my friend? You doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I've got a broken wing, but we're getting that healed up. Once that's healed up, I'll be back on the road full time again.
Awesome.
Well, Kelly and I, right before we brought you in here, we're just talking about those get-togethers you used to have out at your place, man. In fact, it was about this time of the year, so I remember, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we used to have one of the biggest Halloween parties in Chattanooga. Matter of fact, I think we started the first haunted trail in the woods.
Yeah, you may have. Yeah, those were good times. Great music, great people, fun getting together with everybody. And it always seemed like the weather would cooperate for your Halloween party.
You remember the year it snowed?
Well, yeah, except for that year.
It was pretty fun because we had a big bonfire. So
that's true. Yeah, we made do.
Yeah, bonfire, barbecue, beverages. It seemed like you hit the whole package, man. It was a whole package there on Highway 58.
Yeah, it was a bunch of people worked for the fire department and the police. We all just got together and brought our friends in and just had a good Halloween time.
Well, one of the things that we have partnered up with you guys, not only at your get-together for that holiday, but for the Forgotten Child Fund for many, many years. And we thought since we've got a little platform to sit and talk about the Forgotten Child Fund, how did that develop years ago from the first responders and where you've come from and where you are and some of the challenges that you'll be facing for this year, Clay?
Well, in 1962, 61, around that time, Johnny Wright and Charlie Reno, I think, went on a call, and they had a domestic call on, Christmas Eve. And the kids there were two kids, and one was getting an apple and one was getting an orange for Christmas. And Johnny thought, man, this just can't happen. And he called around and got some people to open up some stuff and was able to get them a Christmas. Well, the next year, he promised a few other people Christmas and, just sort of grew out of that. In 1965, they formed officially the Forgotten Child Fund Incorporated, and it's just grown into a tremendous thing. I mean, sitting here, as much as I know about it, I've learned even more over the last few weeks. Initially they were using a building on 10th Street and they had to get out and they moved to the old schoolhouse that was located on Wisdom Street at the Police Service Center.
Okay.
And that's where the school patrol worked out of. Well, then when it got too big for that, then Gene Roberts moved us into the fire hall on Forest Avenue up there in North Chattanooga. Well, then, as cities do, they got a chance to use that property for something different. And Mayor Littlefield moved us into where we're at now. And, even according to him on Facebook not too long ago, he thought that was a permanent move for us.
Huh.
And, we were able to take that building. And in 2010, which was the most they had ever done at that time. Well, between now and 2019, it's gone from 4,500 kids to 14,987 last year.
My goodness.
And these are kids that wouldn't get a Christmas if it wasn't for the Forgotten Child Fund.
Pretty amazing when you go out, and I've been on the Santa. It all culminates, of course, on Christmas Eve with the Santa train, and if it comes through your neighborhood, you know all about it because there is just sirens and lights and festivities like crazy. And of course, you stop at different houses and you fix up kids. And when you fix them up, you guys fix them up. You guys just do a great job.
Well, this is the one time a year, the 10 most neediest families, they get a Christmas like no child ever gets. I've never got it. I've never gave it to my children. It's just for one time in their life, they're the most special child in the world. And their baby, at one time, we had one family had 10 kids. all 10 kids were special. You know, they got everything they could have wanted: dolls, playhouses, baseballs, toys, games, bicycles. Uh, I kind of started doing some numbers a few years ago that it really kind of amazed me. And you figure if each toy we gave out last year was valued at $10, which most of them were valued at more, but if they were all valued at $10, we gave an average of 7 toys per child. You multiply all that up, that comes to $1,049,090, and we did that on $90,000.
Oh my gosh.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
And the thing that amazes me is our volunteers. Everyone is 100% volunteer. They do this out of the kindness of their heart. I've seen them sit there and cry on Christmas Eve. I've seen them get there and just about cry during the day because we're running out of toys for, say, a 6-year-old boy or a 10-year-old girl. We don't have the right dolls for them. And I've seen them get upset. And I've seen them get out of their pocket and buy stuff.
Mm-mm-mm. At a corporate level, all of our radio stations, we have a number of them all across the country. Cumulus radio stations have started a little initiative. It's called Project Shine, and you guys have been shining for years and years and years. And basically, what Project Shine is all about, it's about giving of yourself and giving of some of your time, very much like your volunteers have done over the years, of their time, and sometimes they dig into their pocket when they need to. And make sure that every one of those kids gets something for Christmas.
Well, that's good. That's great. And, when you really, it falls back to the old thing, it's better to give than to receive. When you're giving stuff at Christmas, man, it just makes your whole life seem better. Your whole holiday seem better. And, it makes you a better person. And we need a lot of better persons right now.
Clay, I've got to say, even though the toys, the material things for the kids are wonderful, and thank you for those, you guys get more out of it than the kids, I'm willing to bet.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing about us. We're made up of first responders. There's fire, police, deputies, EMS, rescues. Even though I'm retired from Chattanooga Fire Department, I run a small rescue team. We're involved in it. And that's the thing about this community. We're a giving community. We don't have the troubles other communities give or have. And I think that's because we are a giving community. You look at our program here, y'all are a wonderful radio station, and your whole radio ranch helps us out. And yet y'all don't mind that other radio stations help us out. The news media, all three TV stations, they work to help us out. There are people that are in direct competition. They don't care. They want to help these kids. And that's the important thing. And we need more of that. This world's gone crazy right now. And we need a little more Forgotten Child Fund out there. We need a little more niceness. We need a little more kindness.
And this has been the year, hasn't it? This has been the year that I hope the holidays and Christmas bring us all a little closer together, because we could stand a whole lot more of that American spirit, couldn't we?
I think it will. I think we're at a turning point no matter what. I just, I'm a child of the 60s, and I remember some of the things that went on there. And I remember how the United States, we grew out of that and became better. And I'm kind of hoping that's what's going on now. We're just sort of getting all of our bad feelings out, and we're going to be better for it in the future. I mean, I really hope so. This is just a great community. And this community, they stick together and they help each other. And that's one of the things we're hoping out of all of this. We're not in a battle with anybody. We're not in a battle with the mayor's office, city council, city government as a whole. What we're doing is we're just begging for help. We've got to have a building. February 28th, it gets here. We got nowhere to go.
Really? February 28th, and you guys announced it, of course, to the public not so very long ago. So you're looking for, after you get through the holiday season this year, you guys are going to be looking for a place for years to come then, right?
Right. I mean, we're sitting here and, we're hoping maybe the mayor or the city council will say, let's hold off on this a little bit, maybe the Ames project, which the Ames Center is a wonderful group. Maybe the Ames Center can build over here. There's vacant property here. Maybe we can build them over here and let the Forgotten Child Fund keep this. Or maybe the Forgotten Child Fund can move here. Or maybe somebody out in the corporate world, maybe y'all got a building that, you can move us into. Now, the problem is we need 15,000 square feet minimum, kind of. We're in a 19,000 square foot space now, and we keep it packed full of toys and volunteers and stuff. But, we don't know what to do. And we're sitting here we're not people that go out and know how to feel for grants or file for grants, and we don't know how to swing deals and stuff like that. Hey, we're just regular first responders that know how to raise toys and money and give Christmas out. That's what our specialty is. We're not real estate people, and yeah, we've probably made some mistakes. We'll admit that, but we just really, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
So if somebody wants to help out, and by the way, do you need volunteers? Are you at a place right now where you have got plenty of help as far as people to go ahead and get Christmas done this year?
Well, that's what's really strange about this year with the COVID. We've had to kind of change the way we're doing Christmas this year. The volunteers that used to come in and pack, we can't let them come in and pack anymore. We've got to do the social distancing and follow CDC guidelines. So that's stopping some of that. We're doing it all ourselves, so our volunteers are working even harder because we can't take other volunteers in. And we haven't made our final decision on the Santa train, but we're pretty sure it's going to be a lot different than it's ever been. We're going to have one, but it's probably going to be different than what it's ever been, and hopefully this will be the only time. But we've got to make changes. I know we are still going to have some of our fundraisers. We're still doing the stand on the side of the road raising money type deals, and we're still going to do the Coach for Kids thing. But it's just going to be kind of scaled down. The way you have to apply for toys, we've already started that, and come November 20th, we're going to stop. We usually can go into December, but because we've got to have time to do the packing ourselves, we're going to have to stop taking applications November 20th. Now, does that mean if there's an unusual case? Yeah, we'll come in on an unusual case. We always do. It seems like some families always burned out or something bad's happened. And we do this throughout the year. There are incidences throughout the year. Forgotten Child Fund comes out and does things. Nobody ever knows about it. But, the times are different this year. Hopefully this will be the only Christmas season we have to do it this way.
Well, if you want to get your name or get someone's name on the list, how do you go about it?
Okay, you got to come down to the application center, which is at 1715 East Main. That's right there at Main and Hawthorne. You come in, you get the application, go back outside and fill it out in your car. Now, when you come in, we're going to take your temperature. We've got it to where you're isolated and we're isolated. You go out to your car, fill it out. There'll be a phone number on that application. When that number calls you, you can come in and turn it in. Then when we get ready to give the toys out to the families, you'll be contacted and told when to come pick them up. When you get there, you'll call a number and we'll bring them out to you and you load them up and go. We've got to keep our volunteers safe. I mean, every day you go in the toy store, the volunteers take their temperature. We have to wear masks. We're social distancing as much as we can. We're spraying our building twice a week with disinfectant. We're doing everything we can do following the guidelines of COVID.
What is the criteria for applying for Forgotten Child Fund?
You just got to be in the need. We're kind of loose with our criteria. We figure if you think you need help, come on down. We're not going to check your social standing. You just come down and ask us for help. We'll have to fill out the application. We'll have to have proof of who you are, proof that the children are in your care. They'll have to have social security cards, phone number, address. It's real easy to fill out the application.
Awesome.
Is there a particular part of town that in the case the mayor and the city council move on and your place on Main Street goes away, is there a particular part of town that would be more attractive for you or just wherever? But you just basically need that number of square feet, right?
Right. Well, if it comes down to it, we'll go wherever we have to go. But our overall thing is, we'd like 15,000 square feet. We would like a loading dock because we have tractor trailers of toys coming in, and it's easier to unload them out on a loading dock. We want to be in the inner city. We want to be downtown. We want to be where the people that need us most can get to us the easiest.
Would it be easier for them to get in touch with us or get in touch with you if somebody had maybe an idea and wanted to do something to pay it forward for Forgotten Child Fund?
The really best thing to do is to dial 697-0031. That's our regular Forgotten Child phone number. Whoever answers that phone can find out what you need and get you in touch with the correct person. You can call me. My number's all over the place. You call me, I'll get you in touch with the right person. Okay. I'm not the one that's going to sit down and negotiate or figure out what building we're going to go to. I'm just a talking head. You know, I do. Unfortunately, I get a lot more credit for this than what I deserve. The Kelly and Missy and Judy and Holly and Ezra, you know, they do all the hard work. Billy and David, I mean, they really bust their buns out there. But we will get you in touch with certain people that are looking for buildings for us, and we'll get you with the right person. So just call 697-0031, or if you have to, 423-280-5008. That's my cell phone number. Everybody always calls me. I ain't afraid. Call me.
Yeah, you love the calls post midnight. Anytime after 12 a.m., you're usually good, right?
You know, like I say, I run that rescue team, so I get calls 24 hours a day. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, buddy, God bless you, buddy. You just do great work, and you hang out with a good bunch of people too. That we think a lot of Kelly Simmons and that whole group. I mean, you guys really put your best foot forward all the time. Always have.
That's where I'm blessed. I get to work with the Forgotten Child Fund. You know, I mean, they're truly wonderful people. And you too, y'all have always been there for us in so many different ways. You talk about old times. Scott, I'm going to tell you something you may or may not remember. Back in the early 80s, there was a little teenage girl and her teenage brother from Germany show up in the United States, just traveling around. And she got beat up and robbed, and they had nowhere to go. And we called talk radio, and we got them some money. We got them some help, and made their week-long vacation in the United States a lot better than it started off being. You may not even remember that, but I remember you being involved.
Well, you know, there's a reason we have the license, and that's to make sure that we serve in the public interest, along with, you know, playing classic rock, Led Zeppelin, and hanging out, laughing, and having some good times.
Hey, it's not
shoulders laughing. We got to do some
rock.
What you say?
It's not classic rock. It's my rock and roll.
It is that. It is that for a fact. All right. Throw that number out there one more time. If we had it, we put it on the screen, but we'll make sure we throw that out on social media and back you up on the radio here over the next couple of weeks as well.
Okay. For the Forgotten Child Fund, it's 423-697-0031. If you want to send an email to the mayor's office or something like that, you can do it at mayor@chattanooga.gov.
All right. Very good.
You know, just tell them, hey, you know, help the Forgotten Child Fund, man. You know, don't do this. Help figure out a way. I mean, you know, he's the mayor, the city council. They can find a way. They're some of the smartest people, you know.
Yep, I do. Well, you're just part of the fabric of the community that make this place such a great place to be. I mean, you really are.
Well, it's a great place to be a part of. Thank you so much. Love y'all. Happy Halloween.
Appreciate you, Clay. Take care of yourself. And
say hi to the family.
I'll do that. My wife's actually going down to visit Josh tonight, and I'll probably go down tomorrow.
Well, tell them we said hi.
Yeah.
Bye.
Y'all take care. That's our Radio Ranch Cast for today, man. Support the local places, and sort of Forgotten Child Fund is one of those really special ones. Kelly, have a good one, okay?
You too.
I promise I will. We'll see you on the radio.